A professor talking about class attendance said that he has no illusions that attending his class was essential to get A's in his course. I recall the story of a student who attended just the first class of the semester and did not show up again until the final exam. He scored 95% on the exam. The professor was shocked because he knew the student hadn't come to the class all the semester. The professor wrote, "See me," on the cover of the exam. After the exam paper were passed back and the class was over, the student approached the professor and said, "You wanted to see me about my exam?" The professor responded, "Yes." "How did you score 95% on that exam?" The student answered, "Well, it would have been 100%, but I went to your first class and got completely confused." Hi, I'm Farookh Sensei, and in this session, we'll be looking at the tips for making a public speech. If you find yourself in a position where you have to give a public presentation, you may be nervous at the thought of standing in front of a group. It's normal to be scared. After all, probably most people in your audience would be just as nervous in front of a crowd too. Here are some public speaking tips for conquering your fear and being a successful speaker. Number 1, practice, practice, and practice again. Make your speech in front of a mirror or a friend so you can accurately time your speech and get into a rhythm. Practice speaking aloud, especially if there are hard words or names. Number 2, you are the expert, so speak with conviction. Even if you don't know everything about the topic, you should know enough about it to make it through your speech. Number 3, project your voice. Even though you will likely use a microphone, if you speak too softly, your audience member in the back of the room might not hear you well. Projecting your voice conveys confidence to your audience. Number 4, maintain eye contact. Periodically glance around the room. Use the 3-second rule while looking directly into someone's eyes. Doing so will make your audience feel more involved. The 3-second rule means you take your eye off the note and look around and then come back to the note. Focus on a face for 3 seconds and then continue scanning the room. Number 5, use humor in your speech. Even if you are speaking about a dry topic, draw something funny into your speech. Not all of us are born comedians, so don't go overboard on this if it's not natural for you. Number 6, pause periodically. This gives your audience time to reflect and think about what you have said. This will also give you a breather so you can speak without feeling out of breath. It also pays what you say. Number 7, use note cards. Note cards will remind you of the important points you want to make in your speech. Avoid writing out your entire speech and reading it. This shows that you haven't really practiced what you are going to say, and it can affect your speech if you start fumble around your place. Short note cards with an outline of your topic or short facts can be helpful in keeping you on topic. Number 8, don't worry if you make mistake. Everyone makes mistakes from time to time. If this happens to you, just go on with what you are saying. Understand, you are the only one who knows that you have made a mistake. If you need to take a moment to realign your thoughts, feel free to take it. You are in command of the stage when you are the speaker. Most audiences are quite forgiving, so just keep moving forward if you make a mistake. Number 9, familiarize yourself with the audio-visual aids. Much like your speech, make sure all the equipment is working and that you are familiar with the room and equipment ahead of time. Number 10, speak to your audience. Be aware of your audience's reactions to what you are saying. If what you have said is not being understood, find a way to restate it. Number 11, handouts are good aid. You can do this one of the 2 ways. Hand them out in the beginning of your presentation or as a summary at the end. Number 12, keep your speech within the time parameter. Stop when your time is up. When you practice ahead of time, you will get good at keeping within the time limits. Every good speaker has had to learn how to give a good speech through trial and error. So, the more speeches you give, the better you will become. Many speakers say that stage fright never really stops, but being prepared can definitely decrease the level of fear. Planning your speech ahead of time and talking about something you are passionate about can be an amazing experience. Hope you enjoyed this session. If you are watching this video on YouTube, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and click on the bell icon. If you're watching this on our membership site, please move to the next chapter. Thanks for watching. This is Farookh Sensei from FarookSensei.com.